Brought to you by businessblueprint.com.au.
Economically, we go through, I use the American vernacular for this. Economically, the cycle of the world goes very simple. Did we have up until 3 years ago an amazing economic summer, yes or no? Yes. Yeah, massive summer. What happens at the end of every economic summer? Fall. Did we have a massive fall at the end of that economic summer, yes or no? Yes. Stock markets went down, real estate went down, all sorts of things crashed. And then we get into economic what? Winter. If you understand this cycle, you'll make a lot of money. If you don't, you won't. If you look at the economic summer we had a massive economic summer. How do you, and you've got to learn how to predict this sort of stuff. So you've got to know. When everything's booming and growing really well and your business is booming, are there a lot of people that have gone out of business since economic summer to now, yes or no? Yes. About a third of your competitors are out of business. Question is, where are their customers doing business now? So anyone who bitched and moaned about not being able to get customers is because you weren't advertising. Was advertising been a lot cheaper in the last 3 years than it was 3 years ago, yes or no? Has everything been a lot cheaper? You can go out and do deals for stuff that you could never do 3 years ago. And so here you are, economic winter is the best time to buy. But the problem is, during economic summer, in fact, I have a problem. Most people didn't grow up on a farm, and that's why they don't understand how the money works. So who did grow up on a farm? Okay, great. So you understood. Make hay when the... So the rest of you already know the line. Why didn't you use it? See, it doesn't say when you're making a lot of money, buy a new house, a new boat, a new car, 4 new TVs, iPods, iPads, you name it, buy it all, give it all, get, go, more. But what did most people do? From the start of that economic summer to the end of that economic summer, did people end up in more debt or less debt? Isn't that? Stupid. Stupid's what that is. If you grew up on a farm at the end of summer, what did you have in the shed? Hay. To get through? Isn't that? At the end of the economic summer, you should have been cashed up. You were making so much more money in your business and you went and spent the stuff. You should have been cash rich. So when fall came and now during winter, you could be doing what? Buying big. We've had so much fun buying this winter. Once you got cash, you can buy stuff for nothing. I live in Las Vegas. People are like, gee, are you investing in real estate in Las Vegas? You betcha. $1.50 gets your house, Should have a burger or a house. Oh, it's insane. I bought a packet of houses the other day from the bank. It was 38 homes in this one packet. It was they sell them by groups to people who come in and buy them wholesale and stuff. And literally I paid $2.1 million for 38 homes that previously, the bank was owed $5.5 million on them when they first did it. And you sit there and look at it. After rent and everything, I collect $8,000 per month in net profit. But, you don't have to get cashed up next cycle. Don't worry about it. I'll do it, though. I say this to you with all due respect, gang. If you don't know this stuff will kill you. It'll eat you alive. Have you been around long enough to see this cycle a few times? Okay? Then you should be what? Rich. Except you let the cycle keep running. So fall comes along. What do we do on the farm in summer? We grow, we reap the rewards, we make hay, we put it in the shed, we keep growing, we keep growing, we keep growing. When fall comes, what do we do on the farm? We cut back. Okay, we trim. We get rid of all the sick and old animals that we know won't make it through. How many of you employed some sick and old animals last summer you should have got rid of during... You do. You got to cut back. You got to get ready. Trim. Get rid of the fat. Because during summer, does your business get fat and happy? Yes or no? Do you have some costs going on that you haven't had time to look at? Yes or no? Yeah. And so in fall, everyone starts looking at their costs, or should. Most people wait till winter, though, before they start looking at their costs. As soon as fall comes, how do you know it's fall, by the way? Because it still feels like summer when fall has actually started, doesn't it? Still feels like summer. Still warm of a daytime. I can guarantee there's two very simple ways to know it's the end of an economic summer. First way, your brother-in-law becomes a property developer. How many of you had a neighbour or a taxi driver or a dentist that became a property developer in the end of the last boom? By the time they get into it, it's too late. You know? The other way to know it's the end of economic summer is the moment they start offering no money down property deals, 100% mortgages. As soon as you see 100% mortgages, you know the only people buying are greedy morons. They're the only ones. You should be at that point in time doing what? Getting cashed up. I don't sell property. I don't believe in selling property because they're not making any more land. If I've paid it off, I'm going to keep the thing. Okay? So fall comes around. We hit economic winter. Do we have to change our product and service lineups in economic winter? Yes or no? Yes or no? The answer, by the way, this is a hint. What's the answer? Yes. Why? People will buy different stuff. They might have get their car cleaned every week up in summer, but now they might only get it cleaned every 2 weeks. We've got to change our structures. We've got to change what we sell. We don't want to be selling massive high... See, up here, what's everyone buying? High quality, big money, big ticket items. Down here, what's everyone buying? Smaller, cheaper, necessities, you know, the best deal, that sort of stuff. It just changes. You've got to change your lineup. If you try and keep selling the same stuff in winter that you were selling in summer, it ain't going to work. It's a different season. People think differently. They spend differently. It's a brilliant time to be marketing. How come? Everyone's looking to change suppliers because they're trying to look for a better deal. Does that make sense? Okay. What else should you be doing in economic winter? See, what do we do on the farm in winter? What's that?
Look after the animals.
Look after the animals, absolutely. We go and do planning, don't we? We plan for the summer. What else do we do during winter? We buy all our equipment. We take vacation. We go on holidays. Why would you go on holidays when the economy's down? It's cheaper. Not much work to do. Does that make sense? Only if you're cashed up. So we get to economic winter. We're buying new machinery. Why do we buy new machinery during winter on the farm? It's cheaper. You know, all these things. What else do we do during economic winter? We buy other farms of people who didn't put enough hay away. You can go and buy competitors during economic winter, dirt cheap. I have one of my clients up in Boston, and he's in the HVAC business, heating, ventilation, air conditioning. He had a big business, but he had, in his town, he had 80 one-man businesses that were competing with him. And what did they all compete on? Price. They all undercut him on price. And when the economy went to like 3 years ago when we had the so-called global financial excuse for not doing well, you'll realize that's all it is. It's an excuse. People will look for any excuse they can find to not perform. It's like all it did was show us who wasn't running a good business in the beginning. That's all it really showed. So he went out, he actually wrote a letter of offer to every single one of the one-man businesses in his town saying, I'd like to give you a full-time job. I'm going to buy your business off you. I'm not going to pay you anything for it, but if you bring your customers over, I'll buy your van off you. I'll give you a full-time job with benefits, paid health, you know, all the different stuff. Guess how many out of the 80 said yes? 50 odd. He took on about 36 of them once he got them in and talked to them. They all bought their customers with him, so they already what? Had enough business to cover their costs, you know. But the problem is you're so busy cutting hair or doing whatever your business is, you're not looking for deals.
Brought to you by businessblueprint.com.au.